شكرا جزيلا على ما يقدمه الاتحاد الأوروبي من دعم ومساندة لفلسطين، سواء كان ذلك من الناحية المادية أو من الناحية السياسية. هذا المشروع اليوم مهم جدا بالنسبة لنا من ناحية المحتوى ومن ناحية التوقيت، لأنه يخاطب منطقة مهمة ويعزز صمود الفلسطيني في منطقة مهمة وهي مناطق المصنفة سي. المكون الرئيسي لدولة فلسطين القدس وغزة ومنطقة سي والأغوار الفلسطينية، ولذلك تعزيز صمود الناس في هذه المناطق المصنفة سي اللي فيها الناس الأكثر فقرا والأكثر احتياجا. ولذلك أتمنى أنه هذه المنحة اللي قيمتها 6 مليون يورو مقدمة من الدنمارك والاتحاد الأوروبي، أتمنى على صندوق دعم وإقراض البلديات أن يسرع في الإجراءات التنفيذ، لأنه هناك احتياج كبير لهذا الأمر. هذا من جانب. Now I would like to switch to English if you kindly allow me. My dear friend Sven, Natalia, thank you so much for this very important gift, present, very timely assistance. I think what Europe is doing, whether the European Union or the member states, your assistance to us is very timely and hitting the priorities of the Palestinian leadership and the priorities of Palestine. This package of assistance, the fifth package of 6 million euro, which will be designated for Area C. Unfortunately, we don't use anymore Area C, but still, for the sake of the steadfastness of our people, it's very important, because simply we have eliminated this sort of categorization of our territory A, B, and C, but still, the reference in the literature and the agreements, it does in a way address this. Also, that these 16 projects that is covering Beit Lahem, Hebron, Tulkarem, Jenin, Kalkili, and Jerusalem, I think it is very important. That does really cover all these areas with basic infrastructure, from schools to roads to health issues, water networks, and so on. That's also important. Now, my dear friend Sven, dear Natalia, this package of assistance, regardless of how big or small it is, addressing Area C, it's a serious reply and response to the Israeli plans of annexation. And I think this is very important message from Europe, not only in words, but also in action, that Europe is sending a message that Area C is a Palestinian land and that Palestine has contiguous territory from Gaza to Jerusalem to the rest of the West Bank. And also the very strong statement that has been made by different leaders in the nation states and national states of Europe, as well as the important statement by Mr. Joseph Borrell. And also, Sven, what you said, whether here or in Jericho or everywhere, your position is in full harmony with what you stand for. Peace and justice, protection of international law, right of self-determination of people. And I think that is the solid foundation of what Europe stands for. And not only that, but I add to that the security and peace in the Mediterranean basin, which is the southern border of Europe with us. And I think that the European position has been clear. But I hope, my dear friend, that we move things from statements to action. Today is a step in the right direction. And I know your assistance to us has not been really limited to this. Thank you for all what you provide Palestine, whether of budget support, social safety net, infrastructure, protection of human rights, all aspects of infrastructure, capacity building, good governance, media, and so on. So this is where you put your money, and to support the judicial system as well as the different aspects of our infrastructure and also our priorities. Area C is the core foundation of this future Palestinian state, with Jerusalem, with Gaza, with Area C and the Jordan Valley. And you know, and you have noticed being here, both of you and your teams, that there is an Israeli systematic destruction of these four foundations of the future Palestinian state, putting Gaza under siege, trying to annex the Jordan Valley and other areas, putting Jerusalem under wall and the walled city of Jerusalem, and using Area C as geographic reservoir for the expansion of illegal, illegitimate Jewish settlements. And I think that we provide assistance to our people who are in need of it. For us, is important to strengthen their steadfastness in these areas. Because obviously, what Israel always wants is land without people. So when we strengthen their presence and their steadfastness, I think that is an important issue that we should do, and thanks for doing that. In addition to this, my dear friends Sven and Natalia, annexation should not only condemned. Annexation should have a cost. And Mr. Borrell has explicitly and loudly said, all of the European leaders have said that annexation will have a cost. Our president has had a phone call with Madame Merkel, the Chancellor of the Republic of Germany, and also scheduled, I think, to make a phone call today with Mr. Boris Johnson, as well as a number of European leaders. He spoke to Mr. Putin the day before yesterday. There is an international front that does confront the issue of annexation. Nobody on earth, even some of the European countries who are enjoying some special relations with Israel, they are against violation of international law. But I hope that when Europe discusses this issue, that is not only that we tell Israel this will have a cost. And I hope, my dear friends, Sven, that you and your team here will put a list of things that need to be addressed as a cost for annexation. And Israel should feel the heat of its announcement for annexation. Maybe we can move from labeling settlement products to boycotting settlement products. Maybe we can move of not allowing any European university to recognize a real university which is built illegally in the Jewish settlement of Ariel. Maybe we ask European countries not to renew European passports for those who live in the Jewish settlements, because they are here, their presence is illegal, illegitimate. And why shall we allow a settler who is living in any settlement nearby here or there, why should we allow him or her to renew their passports in the European embassies in Tel Aviv. They live beyond the Green Line. And I hope that you will think of these things while you are looking at the cost of annexation. There are so many things that can be done. And Europe is the most qualified body, a guarantor of international law, because we will be all victims of violations of international law if this is going to be allowed to pass, and we should not allow it to pass. At the end of the day, I have said this many times, Sven, to you and Natalia and to your European colleagues, that the difference between what you offer us and what others used to offer us is a huge difference. Because your assistance to us, as you rightly said, it's about people, it's about land, it's about right of self-determination, it's about justice for the Palestinian people, and it's about two states, and it's about the strengthening capacity of the future Palestinian state on the borders of 67, with Jerusalem as its capital, with settling the issue of refugees in a just and acceptable way. So that is what you stand for, and I salute you for that. And this fits neatly with our political agenda, with our political program. Thank you for this, and thank you for all you have done. And we continue to be your partners for peace and justice, not only in Palestine, but for the whole region and for the whole world. Thank you so much. شكرا جزيلا. بارك الله فيك.
يشرفني أن نكون معا اليوم في حفل توقيع اتفاقية تنفيذ مشاريع الرزمة الخامسة التي تندرج ضمن برنامج تطوير المناطق المسمى جيم، والتي تبلغ قيمتها حوالي 7.77 مليون يورو من الأصدقاء في الاتحاد الأوروبي والدنمارك. وتكتسب هذه الاتفاقية وبهذا الوقت أهمية خاصة واستثنائية، لأنها تعبر عن تصميم وإرادة المجتمع الدولي في دعم القيادة والحكومة الفلسطينية في جهودها لمواجهة سياسة الضم والتوسع الهادفة لتدمير آخر ما تبقى من عملية السلام على أساس حل الدولتين. إننا في وزارة الحكم المحلي والحكومة الفلسطينية نضع تطوير مناطقنا وتدعيم صمود شعبنا في هذه المناطق على سلم أولوياتنا الوطنية، ونخصص لها جل إمكاناتنا المتواضعة. فالخدمات الأساسية لمواطنينا في هذه المناطق هو أمر لن نتهاون به، ولن ننتظر أبدا التنسيق مع الطرف الآخر لتنفيذ واجباتنا الوطنية والخدماتية من أجل أبناء شعبنا. وإن قرارنا بإلغاء التصنيفات هو قرار لا رجعة فيه، فالأرض الفلسطينية وحدة جغرافية متكاملة، وهي أرض الدولة الفلسطينية الآتية لا محالة مهما كانت الصعوبات والتحديات. الأصدقاء الأعزاء، إننا إذ نتوجه إليكم بضرورة زيادة الدعم المادي والسياسي لنا، وبالذات فيما يتعلق بالمناطق المسمى جيم، فهذا يندرج ضمن مسؤوليات المجتمع الدولي في الدفاع عن حق الشعوب بتقرير مصيرها، ويعزز من الاستقرار والسلم العالمي، والذي يشهد تحديدا حقيقيا في هذه الفترة نتيجة القرارات الأمريكية والإسرائيلية في التوسع والضم تحت ما يسمى صفقة القرن. إن هذه المنحة والتي تعتبر استمرارا لشراكتنا مع الاتحاد الأوروبي والدنمارك وفرنسا وسويسرا وبريطانيا منذ العام 2014، والتي استهدفت المناطق المسمى جيم، ستستهدف حوالي 26 ألف مواطن في أكثر من 15 تجمع، وتشمل تنفيذ 16 مشروعا هي كالآتي: إنشاء مدارس عدد 3، إنشاء وإعادة تأهيل وشبكات مياه عدد 5، إعادة تأهيل شبكة الكهرباء عدد 2، إنشاء وإعادة تأهيل طرق داخلية عدد 5، إنشاء مباني عامة عدد 1. أخيرا لا يسعني إلا أن أشكر الاتحاد الأوروبي والدنمارك على دعمهم المتواصل لقطاع الحكم المحلي، ولا سيما تطوير المناطق المسمى جيم، والشكر موصول إلى الطواقم الفنية والإدارية في كل من وزارة الحكم المحلي وصندوق وتطوير وإقراض الهيئات المحلية على جهودهم المباركة وصولا إلى توقيع هذه الاتفاقية. دمتم ودام عطاؤكم.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Dr. Mohamed Eshtiة, Your Excellency, Minister of Local Government Engineer Majdi Al-Saleh, Acting Director General of the Municipal Development and Lending Fund, Mr. Mohamed Adamahi, my dear friend and colleague, Natalia Feinberg, representative of the Office of Denmark, dear colleagues and partners, marhaba. It is a great pleasure to be here today to celebrate a major step in our joint efforts between the European Union, Denmark, and the Palestinian Authority to ensure the development of Area C and support to the local population. We are all aware of the imminent threat of annexation of Area C, and thus the significance of the project we are launching today. The EU is supporting the aspiration of the Palestinian people to build their own state and to live in peace and security. To this end, we, together with our member states, support access to social services of every community, notably the most vulnerable populations in Area C. We reiterate today, again, our tangible commitment with the signature of the 5th support package to social infrastructure in Area C. And as the Minister just explained, the project will consist of assisting 16 communities located in Area C across the West Bank, serving more than 25,000 Palestinians living there. This will come on top of the 42 infrastructure projects which we have so far funded in support of the about 40,000 Palestinians. The European Union and Denmark will provide about 6 million euros for this package under the framework of the EU Area C development program in the West Bank. This EU-supported program also reflects the European development partners' unwavering commitment under the European Joint Strategy, as several other countries like France and the United Kingdom have also contributed to the program since its inception. Under the lead of the Palestinian Authority and with the instrumental support of the Municipal Development and Lending Fund as implementing partners, the EU and its member states together join their forces together with the local authorities to support Area C. Our strong partnership is indeed the foundation of our success in this program, Prime Minister. These 16 public infrastructure projects will have a direct impact on the daily lives of tens of thousands of Palestinians. We are talking about schools, roads, multi-purpose buildings, water networks, water reservoirs, and rehabilitation of electricity networks. It should contribute to their welfare, but also allow them to live in dignity on their land. The European Union considers Area C an integral part of the occupied Palestinian territories. Yet, as you all know, our engagement goes beyond this sole project, aiming at the promotion of livelihoods in general and overall economic development in Area C. Within the frame of the Area C program, we support a wide range of sectors in addition to infrastructure, such as private sector development and agriculture, environmental protection, local governance, and development planning with a long-term perspective. Allow me to emphasize the importance that the EU and its member states attach to local governance and the empowerment of local authorities as a key component of democratic governance and sustainable development. To conclude, dear colleagues, Prime Minister, I wish to reiterate our financial, technical and political support to Palestine and Palestinians living in Area C. The European Union's position in Area C is clear, and I've reiterated this loud and clear in Jericho when you, Prime Minister, were in attendance as well. We will not recognize any changes to the pre-1967 borders other than those agreed by both sides. And we do not recognize Israel's sovereignty over the territories occupied since 1967. There is no doubt about this common EU position. Unilateral annexation would cause real and possibly irreparable damage to the prospects for a negotiated and a fair two-state solution. We continue to support the two-state solution based on international parameters and on 1967 lines with Israel and an independent, democratic, contiguous and viable state of Palestine living side by side in peace, security and mutual recognition. I wish the MDLF and our local partners and the authorities all success in implementing these projects. Dear Prime Minister, I look forward to visiting these projects with you in a not too distant future. Shukran.
Your Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Eshtiة, Your Excellency Minister Inga Al-Saleh, dear Acting Director MDLF Family, EU Representative Sven and dear colleague, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It's a sincere pleasure for me to be here today and to have the opportunity to mark our collective efforts in contributing to the development of Area C in the West Bank alongside with the EU and the PA. Sven, my EU colleague, the EU representative, said it all, and I concur with everything. So let me just add very briefly that our unified support focuses on contributing to improved access to basic social infrastructure for more sustainable social and economic conditions for marginalized Palestinian communities through our unified development cooperation. The support from the Danish government is channeled through the EU Area C development program in the West Bank, as was also alluded to previously. And the EU and EU member states' support to developmental interventions in Area C is initiated and promoted by the Palestinian Ministry of Local Government in line with the EU commitment towards achieving a peaceful, negotiated two-state solution based on international law, as per the long-standing EU consensus on MEP, which my colleague elaborated on, which we remain fully behind, as also clearly emphasized by the EU representative. So indeed, a huge pleasure to be here to mark this important work and joint effort for our development, and thank you for the excellent partnership to all of you. Thank you.
Great.